Testing 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me right now? Gonna grab a Diet Dr. Coke. Diet Dr. Pepper. And I will be right back. Starting in less than 2 minutes. So make sure to hit the like button. Bump the Harry on the like button. And if you're new here, tell me what you're avoiding right now. All right, guys, gonna start in 30 seconds. Just trying to figure out life real quick. You ever have to just figure out life? Boone's here. He's ready to party. Alrighty. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. What do you say, huh? Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you? How's everyone doing out there? Good to see you. I'm populating my tabs here. You know me, I got like 50 tabs open at any moment. By the way, I was eating a couple pistachios 2 days ago, and I have lost all feeling in my fingernails. You ever have that happen? You get to that one pistachio that's non-negotiably never going to open, and you're like, I think I can open this pistachio or destroy my fingernail. And then I ripped open my fingernail. And then that wasn't the bad part, but then later on, I decided to eat some salty chips, and that salt has waged war between my fingernail and my finger. So that's why I'm having a hard time right now getting this open. Hey, give it up for the kids we're all avoiding. Thank you so much there, Leah. Good to see you, as always. As always, good to see you. Gabby's here from Germany. Everyone say hello to Germany. You think I should interview Matt? I don't know if I'm sort of on brand for interviewing contestants. You know why? Because I don't see them as anything other than like guys I'd hang out with. So I think I'd ask them questions that, like I'd ask a normal buddy of mine, you know? The pressure they must go under to go into these interviews. I hate getting on a phone call. I can't imagine having to get on a Good Morning America interview. Ugh. I mean, think about it. And people go, oh, yeah, you know, like a lot of people, I think, will look at like this celebrity bachelor world and go, oh, yeah, but look at all the perks they get. They're still humans. They still want to go to the store and listen to music and not have to yap to you, you know, in a FaceTime video because you stand them. Hello, Sweden. Julie, good to see you. As always, everyone. Oz is in the house. Give it up for Oz. There he is. I don't know if we have Abby in the house. Is Abby here? I think Abby has a hard time coming over for the afternoon ones, you know, being a law student and all. How selfish of her. putting her studies above live streaming with me. What are you thinking? Oh, fellow Germans there. Very nice. Good to see all the Germans there. I don't know how to say this in German. I'm not fluent in my German, but bump the Harrison on top of that like button if you don't mind. Just give me one of those bumps if you don't mind.
You cut the crap.
Or you cut the crap. Cut the crap on top of that like button.
You cut the crap.
If you didn't mind. Did anyone watch the video where Myra apologized? I got an apology from Myra in Massachusetts. Turns out she had the wrong Karen. She didn't know I was talking about Karen in Texas. Which I'm telling you, Karen in Texas, we're going to be pen pals, okay? We're going to get through this. We're going to grow. We're going to show compassion and grace one person at a time. Abby is in the house? Prove it. I don't see Abby. Is Abby there? Where is Abby? Hey, Abby, I got a sound. Oh, Guten Tag. Abby is here. Abby, I got a sound for you. I've never played it, so I don't know if the levels are going to be off, but let's try. This is Abby, a.k.a. The Law.
You can't handle the truth.
How's that for you? Do you like that one? So we got Sheriff Oz over there, and then Abby, The Law.
You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Not bad for a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, you know?
You cut the crap.
I just got a couple buttons here. I only get a couple buttons. I got to hit them, I just got to hit them all day. Whoa, easy. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, there it is. Happy birthday. Any birthdays in the house? Anyone out there celebrating a birthday? Hello, Ontario, Canada. Sorry for being late over here. All right. Oh, there's the music. So I made a video. Look, I don't know if I'm going to do these voicemail videos. You know, I do appreciate everyone call. The thing that happened was so many people would call in that I couldn't play it all in the live stream, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just do a voicemail video. But they just don't perform that well, which is fine. You know, it's fine that they don't perform that well. I don't perform that well. What do you want? What do you want from me? But it is nice to get to everyone's voicemails. Y'all left some really nice ones, so that'll be a separate video. But I do have a bunch of voicemails we didn't even get to, so I will play some of those on the live stream right now. If anyone wants to call in right now, I'll take first caller's priority. Let's see if I can put this right there. Oh, that's kind of nice. You can see that. You know, because sometimes people will call in, and then an hour later, I don't know if they're still sticking around. So if anyone calls in right now, let me know what you think about the state of Bachelor Nation. There's a lot happening right now in Bachelor Nation. A lot going on. By the way, we're almost at 22,500 subscribers. Can you believe that? Can you imagine that? If you haven't already, you'd be surprised how many people aren't actually subscribed. It's like, what do I got to do for you? It's a dog and pony show over here. Just hit the subscribe button. I normally don't care because it really makes zero difference whatsoever to the actual view count if you subscribe. And I am very far away from the 100,000 subscriber live stream, but I really do want to get that shiny silver plaque they send. And when you hit 100,000 subscribers, it also kicks you onto monetization mode. So, you know, I wouldn't mind that. Oh, Gabby's checking in with €1, the old 11. Thank you so much, Gabby. Much appreciated. Oh, Mackie, you do love the voicemail videos. You love the okay, well, if you guys love the voicemail videos, they're very easy for me to produce. Stephanie Pankey, doesn't she have the cutest voice, Stephanie Pankey, over there? I used to have a crush on a Pankey back in Rhode Island when I was in high school. I'm getting a call from WhatsApp, but I'm pretty sure that wants to go to voicemail, so I'll just let that go to voicemail. I don't even know how to use WhatsApp anymore, honestly. Yeah, Stephanie's, it's a very soothing voice. Now, let me ask you guys this. What do you think about this news that everyone's coming out with, that Bachelor filmed at a plantation in 2017? If you didn't watch the hummus, I don't even remember how to spell it. Hummus House, Louisiana. Is it hummus? Do they serve hummus over there? Hummus House. There it is. They might serve hummus at the Hummus House. I don't really know. I think I still spelt it wrong. So you guys familiar with this? Bachelor, and again, I'm not gonna make the whole conversation today about all the dirty side of Bachelor Nation. We'll talk about it, but you know, I want to make it. I'll tell you what. I am a thick-skinned New Englander, and I can talk about this stuff all day long. As you guys know, I've been making a ton of videos, but part of my soul is getting exhausted. So I need to make sure I evaluate how I balance the irreverent humor, aka Dale's Egyptian-shaped toes, with the heavy-hitting topics. It was Nick Viall's season. So look, let's search this. Nick Viall. So here's the deal. They didn't go to the hummus house. I'm gonna call it the hummus house. Is there a hummus house? Because if there's no such thing as a hummus house, there is a hummus house. It's a family-owned and operated restaurant specializing in Turkish-style kebab. Who's craving some hummus right now? Get on down to the hummus house. Tasha, you home? I'm waiting for Tasha to come home. More feet content. Well, look, I'll put my toe in the water. There's some feet content if you want. We'll try to, I don't know if you guys can handle the foot content.
You can't handle the truth.
Maybe you can. I don't really know. Can I play that? Is that licensed? We don't really know. So yeah, not the hummus house, but just for giggles, let's see, where is the hummus house? In case anyone wants to go. It's actually in Hawthorne, California. Oh, I got to go to the hummus house. This is close by. Let's see where well, I won't Google search it because I don't need you guys to know where I live. But it looks like the hummus house is going to be something I'm going to be frequenting very soon. Nice pita bread over there, a little Mediterranean salad, and whatever type of rice that is there, some sort of like jasmine or curry. I don't really know for sure here. Anyway, back to the hummus house. I believe it's called Hummus House. The Bachelor heads to New Orleans. See, I know a lot of people didn't see this because we just talked about this. Boy, by the way, Nick has had a come up with his current girlfriend. What's his girlfriend's name? Nick? Well, yeah, we're going to be ADD all day. Nick Viall girlfriend. He's actually aged very well with his lady friend over there. So he didn't quite find love on the show, but hopefully he found it in real life. That's his lady friend. She's not affiliated with Bachelor Nation. Very enhanced beauty they have there together. He's got the nice denim and flannel on. He's stealing my look. Someone called in and said that Nick Viall has been digressing. And apparently you can't digress unless you're me. If he starts drinking Diet Coke, somebody call in. Guy's trying to rob me of my aura. I digress and drink Diet Coke. And that's it. Hey, we have 420 viewers. Light one up over there if it's legal in your state. Light one up for 420 viewers. Dave, come to Phoenix. I make fresh hummus every week. Teresa, we would love to. Oh, I've been eating all your peanut butter, Teresa. Absolutely. What goes into making... Well, you don't have to explain your recipe, Teresa, but yeah, now that hummus house is one of those things. Once you say hummus, you can't not want hummus. You know? It's like Little Caesars. Anyway, whoa, what's this? Accidentally clicked on something. Oh, this is one of those, they're not going to let me view it unless I pay. Well, that's too bad because I'm not paying. No offense. No amount of YouTube revenue is going to get me to pay for NOLA.com's website. Sorry. So the Bachelor heads to New Orleans, Hummus House, not Hummus House, next week in Nick Viall's quest to find love. This was 4 years ago. Can you believe how old we're getting? This was a full college degree ago. One man's international quest for love is headed down south next weekend. And then let's just search Plantation to see what they say. You know, I like to just cut right to the chase. Where's the Plantation talk here? Do they not say it? I searched it. We're working on it, folks. Is it there? Anyway, they went to this house, the Hummus House. The only two, this is the interesting thing. The only two ladies that didn't go to the Hummus House were a couple former contestants named Taylor Nolan, a.k.a. Tamoka, a.k.a. who? And, Gunslinger Taylor Mocha, and then Rachel Lindsay. Those are the only two that weren't on the group date. As we know, Rachel Lindsay, Rachel Lindsay, New Orleans, Nick Viall. I don't know what to search. Rachel Lindsay was, I guess, got her own one-on-one date. So this is her at the one-on-one date. Now, people have started to say things like, well, this is Plantation style. And you say, come on, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion if it were me. Like, I wouldn't assume that a photo with a New Orleans style. Like, how do you live in Louisiana and not have... How do you live in Louisiana and not have connections to like a plantation lifestyle? It feels like the whole thing is built around that sort of Old South. Does anyone live in Louisiana? Can anyone from Louisiana call in, leave a voicemail, let me know? Yeah, they filmed that. So they filmed at the Hummus House. Sorry, wrong one. They filmed at the Hummus House. You think that joke's going to get old? Not for me. and it's a haunted New Orleans plantation house on The Bachelor. And I hate to bring up our dark history in our country here, but they had over 800 slaves living and working there. It was the largest slave plantation in all of Louisiana. You know, I'd have to rewatch the episode, but they went there as a haunted house type of thing. Like, they weren't there, and I guess that's what people have to like discern the difference between going to a party that sort of is like a reenactment party, you know, like celebrating the Old South, versus going to a house that was a plantation. You know, there's a house in the town next to my hometown, the Lizzie Borden house. It's where Lizzie Borden murdered her parents with axes. Are you guys familiar with the Lizzie Borden house? Lizzie Borden house. It's 2 towns over from, and it's considered to be extremely haunted. Extremely haunted house. And is this the one or is it this one? Yeah, look at that. Look at those eyes. Imagine her on The Bachelor. Can you imagine? Tonight's one-on-one date's going to go to Lizzie Borden. They're going to go axe throwing. Please don't. Now we're talking in the comment section about red pepper hummus. What did I start? It's dinner time. Who wants some hummus? I'm very behind, but what's going on? I keep seeing Chris Harrison possibly leaving The Bachelor. Listen, Christina, I can't catch you up. You're like showing up to like third semester algebra, asking me questions about basic arithmetic. You got to go back. There's a lot to discuss here. Jessica, what's up? Jessica Lee in the house. How are you, Jessica? If plantations are so bad and everyone who ever goes to one will be considered racist by society, why doesn't society just burn them all down and save everyone from cultural explosions? Well, Jessica, I'm not going to go like deep into this conversation. Let's maintain a little bit more delicacy as we talk about this. There are aspects that are to our history that just don't need to be celebrated. I think that's what it comes down to. I think that's, I don't mean to plantain-splain things to you here, but it seems to me that there are just aspects of our history that need to be, and that doesn't mean you can't wear, like I'm trying to go back to the other, that doesn't mean like having a old school umbrella in the French Quarter is bad, and that's the point of me bringing this up. That doesn't mean this is bad because you can tie this to something that can tie to, let's not go crazy. Is my goal here is let's not go crazy. Hey, honey, are you home? Yeah, he's in here with me. Tasha's home, everybody. You want to come in and say hi? As soon as I left him alone, he peed next to my beach chair out there. Trying to train the dog where to pee. He's not having it. I'm not sponsored by Coke, but I should be. But I have no affiliation. I'll gladly switch over to a Dr. Pibb or an RC Cola. Whoever wants to pay me. Except for Pepsi. I'm not going to switch over to Pepsi. I don't care how much money they have. Well, Van Slam, let's not... This is where it becomes hard for me because I try to catch up on the conversation, but there's 500 people in the chat, so it's very hard for me to do that. So by no means am I copying out of a conversation. Oh, Tasha, I just got your... How'd you get in? Did you have to leap the wall? Did you have to jump over the fence? It says you left me a handwritten note, and it's just a dot. All right, well, I just started over here. Yeah, there's a difference between a party and a historical place. You know what? I'm going to go with that. There's a difference. Why don't I like Pepsi? Are you kidding me? Pepsi's disgusting. Rachel Lindsay did accept Chris Harrison's apology. I tell you what I'll do. At the end of the stream, I'll play the video, but I don't want to play the video yet because it might get demonetized. So just to save myself any sort of hassle, I'll play it at the end. But here's just a video. I've got a video right here of her accepting the apology. It's nothing special. She just Chris's mea culpa. Oh, sorry, you guys can't really see this. Let me try to reframe this here. It's very small. Hopefully you guys can read this. Chris's mea culpa went over well with Rachel Lindsay. She tells us she accepts his apology. I got a lot of phone calls, and I'll just say this. I get it. A lot of people say, "Oh, he didn't sound sincere. He sounded flat." It's one of those things where imagine if Chris Harrison had cried. imagine what people would have thought then. Oh, this Hollywood actor cries to win over everyone. You know, like, it's kind of one of those, he is what he is. He's a guy that has a very narrow range of emotions. It's the most dramatic season ever. I'm so happy. Oh yeah, hit me in the ass. You know, like, it's all the same kind of, you know, he does that pursed, you know, it's all kind of there. So that's where he lives. That's his wheelhouse, guys. Gabriella says that was a quick apology acceptance. Well, it's one of those things. I think, and again, I don't want to speak for her, but I think the idea of just wanting to move on with action, like the longer Chris Harrison is in this limbo, like, I think people want to see what he does. And I think sometimes we get ahead of ourselves as a mob, and mobs exist. I've been in mobs. I was in a mob in college when the Red Sox won the playoffs. It wasn't even the World Series. They won the playoffs. Everyone's throwing bricks through windows. I will be honest, because I've been honest. I didn't throw any bricks in a window, but I did jump over a fire. And it was insane. There's an energy that comes over people in a mob, and I feel like online it's sort of the same thing where we go out for blood. And as some people called and talked about, you know, I like the idea of learning to move forward and showing people about your journey. And Chris isn't too big to fail, but if we want to use The Bachelor as a common denominator for cultural discussion, discussing society, discussing where we are as a country, it is one of the closest, if not the closest show to have that discussion, this water cooler discussion. Imagine a Diet Coke cooler, everyone's just hanging out, just. If we want this discussion to happen, it's probably better right now that Chris Harrison takes us on a journey of what he's learning. And there's also, he got an apology from Dr. Dyson. Maybe we can read that. And I understand, and I totally sympathize with people saying, Dr. Dyson. I don't know what his Instagram is. What's Dyson's full name? I should just Google this. Dr. Dyson, Chris Harrison. Let's see what we got here. Chris Harrison, racism, apology, and sincere. Michael Eric Dyson. That's his name. Hold on. Just hold on with these tabs for me, folks. Michael Dyson. There he is. Now, here's where I didn't like the apology. You guys, I mean, I made a video before the thing happened calling out exactly what was going to happen. It's going to be overproduced. The questions are going to be softball. It's going to just be like basically a PR statement come to life. Whereas people really resonated with Rachel Kirkconnell sitting down and saying, this is the work I'm doing, hits publish, then post 10 or 15 different stories of what she's actually doing, who she's talking to, and actually having the tough discussions. And she goes, maybe it's going to come off a little bit performative. That's the word of the year. That's the Times word of the year. You got nothing here. She said, maybe it's going to come off performative, but look at that. 1.6 million people watched this. That is insane. 2.5 million people have watched my channel this month. Thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate that. You can't handle the truth there on that one. That's a big number. Thank you guys so much. I also released way more videos than Rachel Kirkconnell. I hope not to be in her shoes. But point being, Chris just missed the opportunity. He missed the opportunity, but then some people said, and this is very interesting, some people said, look, Chris Harrison's under an airtight contract. Abby, I don't know, I know you and I haven't seen these contracts, but maybe there's a world where Chris had to do this on TV and isn't allowed to share a statement off air. I mean, that might be the case. I mean, you would have thought maybe that should have been the case before his extra TV interview with Rachel Lindsay. But then again, maybe they gave him a little bit extra rope there, and he and then now they're taking it back. Rachel's 7-minute hands down was way more impressive. Absolutely. And it doesn't take away from anything of like who did something worse, this or that. It's just about people wanting to feel compassion and humanity. And that can just be very hard to feel. That can be very hard to feel when you feel like you're being duped or like sort of, you know, a lot of people were like, oh, Chris Harrison kept on looking down to the side. And I'm like, look, I don't care if he's got cue cards. I don't care if he's reading his apology off of this, because I understand. And trust me, I get phone calls from people all the time that leave like a 5-minute. A lot of people will leave like a 7-second voicemail. And what I know that means someone started to leave a voicemail, got flustered and hung up. Like, public speaking is not always easy. Okay. I do this on my terms over here, but for a lot of people, it's just not easy. And because of that, you know, you want to make sure you say what you wanted to say. There's nothing worse. Like usually with stand-up comedy, you don't take notes onto a stage. Sometimes I'll bring a set list, like 8 words, like topics I want to talk about. And each one of those words might be a couple minute, whatever. But never for like a professional show, just if you're working things out. But a lot of times you'll get off stage, you'll have a good set and you'll be like, what did I forget to talk about? Because when your emotions go as you're talking, you just can't access all sides of the brain. So if Chris Harrison had a big note card that says, mention this, mention that he's not the victim, mention that he's sorry for, you know, the hell do I care if that's what he says? I didn't even know I had a troll, Oz, but thank you so much for that. Oz is laying down the law. He's the sheriff there. If anyone needs or has the funds, for every troll Oz kicks out of the chat room, somebody slide him a couple bucks. Someone slide him a nice little dinner over there in Uber Eats. We'd really appreciate it. Leave that up for a second there. Thank you, my man. I'm just over here rambling. Didn't even know I had a troll. I wish there was a Sports Center version of the troll where I get to see the troll and then I get to see Oz just kind of lay the hammer down on him. Rachel, 7 minutes. Okay, sorry, I'm way behind here. What do you think is up with Lauren Zima during this controversy? She stopped her roses and rosé after show. Sometimes the best thing to do when you're not involved in a situation is to not talk at all. Sometimes that's the best situation. I'm sure Lauren's like, I'm going to go catch up on some errands and I'll see you guys in a couple months. Because I think she's damned if she does, damned if she doesn't. I think she could very well go on with her show, which I've never watched. I know nothing about it. I think she could very well go on with her show and not address it, but then people are going to go, why aren't you addressing it? So she's like, you know what? Bye. I'm out. Let's see. What did Abby say? Abby says, I believe the show organizes what appearances Chris can make in relation to the show and is carefully curating what he can and can't say. There you have it, folks.
You can't handle the truth.
The truth coming to you from Abby. The law. Very nice. Sheriff in the house and the law. We got them all.
You can't handle the truth.
Look at that. Right at the same time. So anyhow, folks, chat, does anyone listen to the podcast Bachelor Zone? It's great sports-like commentary. I don't. I'll be honest. I don't listen to much I don't really follow any Bachelor podcast, to be completely honest with you. You know, I just spend so much time creating content that if I was, a lot of people were like, you got to watch the Ben Shapiro opinion on the matter. It's like, look, I got to give my own opinion. I don't have time to, maybe, I don't know. Let's play a few voicemails for a second here, why don't we? Why don't we? All right, here we go. Let's see who we got here. There's a couple. Oh, look. Oh, let's see. Who's this over here? I don't know. I left your voice 10 minutes ago. If you're listening, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, it was the whole... Fuck. People that leave multiple voicemails make me confused. Hold on, folks. I can't... 3-minute voicemails I just can't do. I'm just going to play short voicemails for now.
Hey, Dave. My name is Cheryl, calling from Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada. Just watched your take on the Chris Harrison, Michael Strahan interview, and you're dead on with your comments. Really like watching you.
Well, thank you so much.
Good work.
Oh, I appreciate it. From New Brunswick, Canada. Thank you so much, Cheryl. I didn't just pick your voicemail because you were very complimentary. I'm just picking the shortest ones for now, and if we have time later, I'll play the longer ones.
Hi, Dave. I'm calling from the Colorado area. Just want to let you know that interview with Chris Harrison was trash. His followers are still saying he did nothing wrong, so it wasn't even effective. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. What do they say, though, that sometimes you need to see the same message over and over for it to become effective? I'm going to Google that because I don't really like messaging. How many times do you need to see a message before it's accepted? I think I just think I searched too much. Boy, text etiquette. Okay, you know what? Times you know, what are it's like 7 or something, right? You have to have something brought to you like 7 times, whether it's a commercial or whatever. Anyway, the point is that I understand if his followers aren't going to think he did anything wrong, but if they truly are fans of his and not just making some like political stink, then over time, you know, maybe they'll understand, all right, just because I have a certain opinion doesn't mean others aren't affected. Jessica says, I like Vanessa Grimaldi's statement about Taylor. Seems like she really was holding her accountable, even though they're apparently BFFs. Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't know if any of you guys are on Reddit. I made a Reddit post about this idea of apology bombing, where they demand people apologize, and I've never really gotten along with the people on Reddit. I mean, maybe it's more the moderators. Anything I post gets blocked. Excuse me, I got a burp. Sorry, guys, the Diet Coke. I'm disgusting. Everything I would post gets blocked or whatever, but then all of a sudden, now that people follow my account, I guess I'm allowed to post there or something. So I posted, like, what's up with this apology bombing? It feels like everyone, when something wrong happens in The Bachelor, they want, you know, the mob wants everyone to apologize. And it is like a control thing. And I don't know if that's the way it was with her friend over there, Grimaldi, whatever her name is. But it's not the way. We shouldn't be coercing an apology out of anyone. If someone wants to make a statement, it should be done under their free will. And if they don't, that should speak volumes. If someone wants to post, you know, kitten photos and bunny rabbit birthing videos on their Instagram, you got to be okay with that. And if it eats you at the core and you're not okay with it, you just got to unfollow them. Apology bombing is eye roll worthy. Vanessa is the only one I thought was actually useful. Yeah, I know. And sometimes the apology, if it's someone like I said, you know, if it's Reality Steve, you know, he was sending Taylor Nolan to people. You know, he was saying, oh, you need to go to her. She'll educate you, blah, blah, blah. So if it's someone you work with or recommend or endorse, obviously there needs to be some sort of statement there. Like, you've endorsed this person. Do you co-sign what they're doing? But you'd think that you'd think that we're evolved enough as humans. I know that's a big assumption to make, but you'd think that we could figure out that what Taylor said was wrong and no one's going to stand by that. What's up in Germany?
Hi, Dave. It's Gabby from Germany. I hope you guys can hear me. It's midnight here. I'm trying not to be too loud since everybody else is sleeping around here. I'm still waiting for the live stream. I hope I will be able to make it, but in case I don't, I just hope you guys can bring up the 2017 plantation story that was brought up by one of the viewers that called, left a voicemail. In any case, I look forward to watching your live stream, and I wish you guys have fun.
Well, thank you so
Talk
much.
to you later.
A nice call.
Bye.
A nice call from Germany. Well, you called in that was an hour ago, so we have been covering the plantation debate. The plantation, it's not a debate really. Apology bombing is eye roll. Let's go on to this. Kathy's there. Hey, Kathy, how are you? The Bachelor won't be the same without Chris Harrison. He made a mistake, has owned it, and apologized for it. Let's not keep beating him up. He will grow from it and be a better person. You know what's funny is if you take a poll on the Bachelor subreddit, it's like 95% of the people say cancel him, he's done. But we have to remember that and Bachelor knows this. The world that exists off the internet, what's it like? Something like 5% of, or something like 5 or 10% of the U.S. is on Twitter. And only like 5% of those people even contribute. A lot of people just have a goose egg on Twitter and they just kind of absorb the content. So everyone's not in the same sort of mindset with what should be done. And it's important to just, understand there's probably some good sides to be heard from all. Like the people that have said, oh, he's got to go. I go, well, look, that's not going to turn anybody's minds. So there needs to be a discussion, of course. I've been beating this into the ground, if you will. Angeli, thank you so much for the donation there. Thanks for telling us about Emmanuel Acho's channel. He's wonderful and so kind. We'll get his book now too. Thanks for your great content. Looks, I'll tell you what, even if you're saying that Rachel Kirkconnell is performative, it's the reason I got the book. It's the reason it's been sitting out here. And whether it's performative or not, she's got a 500,000 people watching her. These are good steps. All right, let's play some more voices here. There's a lot of, listen, I changed my voicemail just to say, look, I get it. Sometimes people have to leave long voicemails, but it's just getting to the stage where, and I appreciate it, but there are just too many to cover. So first things first, I'm playing the short ones.
Sheriff here. I was just thinking that Chris Harrison's apology is a very vanilla, white bread apology, very weak and insincere, and very produced as well. So those are my thoughts, and looking forward to the live stream at 4 p.m. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.
The sheriff. Let's see if I have the sheriff's other voicemail here. I'm just looking for it. It's somewhere in there. I'll get to it. It's somewhere in there. Who's this?
Hello, Dave. I'm actually tuning into your video right now. I am from Virginia, and I just wanted to know how you feel about Chris Harrison coming back. I am not certain on it yet, but I do think he could have a future in the franchise. And as for Bachelorette, like, if they had Chris Harrison come back next season, along with Katie Thurston, do you think that would be backslash for the franchise, not picking a woman of color? Just let me know your thoughts. Loved watching your videos. Long time watcher. Bye.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for calling in. I couldn't help but wonder, is that a Philly accent? Is that a Philly accent in Virginia? You say you're in Virginia, but I heard Philly. Anyway, yeah, this is the dilemma we have, because as soon as, the rumors are, I don't know what's going on. Obviously, this has been all over the place, but one of the rumors is that Katie's going to be Bachelor, or the Bachelorette. Now, obviously, this has been reported months ago or last month, and it was as soon as the Chris Harrison interviews came out, maybe it's not. But I think we can agree that it's not even a spoiler at this point, because we just don't know what's going to go on. We just don't know what's going to go on. So would it be a bad look if Chris Harrison and Katie Thurston were teamed up? It would require a lot of energy for the Bachelor producers and for the show to show changes in other aspects. I think we've all come to the agreement that just by casting a lead of color doesn't do anything. Oh, look at your hair, honey. It's so cute. You want to come in here? Oh, with that cute hair, please. Do you like what I've done with the... those aren't set up. Just come in and say hi. Everyone wants to see your hair. Did you have a hair audition today? Hold on. I got to make sure. Hold on, guys. Let me just wait 1 second. I got to take the web. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, honey. Move that, and then if I just move this. Oh, there you are. Here, you got to come down a little bit. Come down. Wow, people are going to go. They haven't seen Tasha in the new lighting. Look at this beautiful lighting, guys.
It's pretty nice.
Can you tell the difference, how nice we look?
I need it.
We really do look nice. Tasha's got to do hair tutorials. If anyone wants to know how Tasha gets her hair curled, follow her Instagram, Tasha Courtney. What's the secret? Tell everyone what you do.
These are robe curls, which everyone has probably already seen on TikTok, but in case you haven't, I do owe everyone a tutorial.
Here, I'm going to readjust the thing. I'm just going to widen it, so just talk to people.
Oh, honey, I don't want to stay here. I got stuff to do. Well, I guess I'm Dave now.
I just opened it up a little bit. Here, give me that one. All right, there it is. Okay, look, I just widened it. Oh, you can kind of see the green screen now. That's all right. I'll just, yeah, that's pretty good. So, tell us about your day. People have just been demanding Tasha time. I'm sure if we go down, the comments are going to light up. It's like a celebrity sighting. Wow, look at that. Oh, my gosh.
Thanks, Mariah.
Now, Tasha, here, listen to the new, we've got Sheriff Oz. This is his music, right? And then someone called in and said we need to get Abby music as the law. So you ready for the Abby music?
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
That's good, right? That's nice. And then this one, of course, we have over here.
You cut the crap.
So we're all set. We've really invested in good sound bites. Let me try to change this. People want the behind the scenes. There we go. Just a little bit of move.
Stephanie, thank you.
Oh, Stephanie from Mississippi gets a little bit. Give her a nice cheerleader there. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Stephanie's been calling in with her voicemails. It's always good to get a Mississippi. We had voicemails today from New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, all over Canada, Mississippi, several from Arkansas, all the way east or west to Pakistan.
Wow.
And several in Germany. Germany's out there. Wow. Tracy says, wow, stunning. Thank you. I've been moisturizing. And Tasha's stunning, of course. Oz says, hi. You two are a couple goals. I'm so happy for your recent upgrade. Yeah, we're excited to share it with you. We're still unboxing. There's a lot going on. But, even if we do four boxes a day, we actually have a kitchen counter, which we have unearthed. There's a kitchen counter, and what else is...
Gabriella.
Oh, look at that. Gabriella's over there in Germany sending us some euros. Thank you so much, Gabriella. Oh, boy, Katie Edwards. Oh, boy.
You guys.
Alaska's coming in hot. Katie's part of our Alaskan coalition, which is very nice. I love it. One of our Alaskan friends had messaged me after... Here, why don't you switch? Can you wear that one, and I'll wear the other one? Just do it the right way. One of our Alaskan friends, Vincent, messaged me after the live stream. And usually on Monday nights, I do the live stream, and then I go straight into the... I do the live stream, and then I go straight into the recap. And he's like, I'll let you go. You probably have a ton of people messaging you after the live stream. And I was like, yeah, man, but it was really just you, Vincent. You were the only one, so don't worry about it. Yeah, this is our life. You're 67. Wow, you're looking good over here, Jan. Tasha, music intro. Oh, Tasha doesn't have a music intro. That's right. What if we give her
Are you gonna give me a special
What if we
song?
give her what if we give her this one over here?
You
Oh
can't
no, that's
handle
not
it.
one. Ladies and gentlemen, Tasha Marie Courtney from Northern Kentucky. With curly-haired Tasha coming in hot. Oh, thank you so much. Tasha's been sort of you get your secondhand Bachelor content just from me. I pretty much filter what you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, I try and watch. I can't always sit through all the episodes, but I do try and keep up with what's new. But, I've actually become somewhat of an expert in my circles because everybody comes to me to get secondhand what you're talking about.
Well, you're the first Bachelorette of the house. You're it's a big deal.
I'm like the first lady of what's this place called? The Bachelor Pad?
This is the Bachelorium. I'm starting a backyard stadium for those that are wondering. The dog peed right on my chair.
On the chair?
He peed right at the base of the chair. Oh,
Whoa.
Vanna, thank you so much. That deserves more than that.
Can't handle
And
the
you're
truth.
gonna get all of them right now.
All the sounds.
Those are all the sounds.
Everyone's
Sorry,
ears
I just
are
hit every
blowing up.
sound. When you give it 50, you get every sound. So thank you so much. That's amazing. You just got us a vase we've been looking for, so I appreciate that. We're just a telethon for vases right now. We don't have a couch yet. It's on the way. We have ordered it, so there's a lot coming in here. Oh, look at that. Hey, from Cincinnati.
Ooh, eat a bowl of Skyline for me, will ya?
Ooh, Skyline chili and a Diet Dr. Coke. Or Diet Coke. Diet Dr. Pepper Coke. Where in Cincinnati are you from? Are you from the actual? Let me throw some terms out that we should know. What's that district called? The hipster area?
Over the Rhine.
Are you near Over the Rhine? Is that where you are in Cincinnati? Do you think it's easier to keep up with the show doing lives than edited videos? The lives are different. The edited videos. I don't make any edited videos. When I shoot my videos, I pretty much shoot them straight to tape. Unless something royally messes up, and if something messes up, that adds an hour to my time because then I got to run it through my editing software and export it. But I shoot all my content now since late fall, as if it's all straight to live. I just don't always publish it right away. Anyway, did we lose somebody? Did we lose a Joan?
Yeah.
Why did we lose Joan?
She was upset that we hadn't read her comment yet.
Oh, Joan's upset.
Really fast.
Yeah, hold on, Joan. Hold on. We can't. It's clear to me that you only reply to people who give you money. Well, I mean, Joan, it helps. It shows up in like size 75 font. All right, Joan. Let's scratch Joan's back, everybody. Hold on, Joni. I gotta go all the way up. Look, you're holding the bus up. Dave, I've been watching your channel from the beginning and left you comments and voicemails, and it's clear to me. Joan. Oh, come, Joan. Now I feel bad for Joan.
Have you never read her played her voicemail?
Joan, I would show you the voicemails I get and show you how insane it is, but I don't want to give it any numbers. But look, these are just the voicemails I got today.
That's a lot of
look, I'm just showing
voicemails.
Tasha. Look at Tasha's eyes.
Look,
I'm flipping
it's like every 3 minutes. It's a new voicemail.
Literally, Joan, I mean, it's one of those things. If the channel never grew, we'd be able to talk all the time. But unfortunately, I respond to many people that don't leave comments. But I've got my significant other here. Hey, here we go. Jan, lost Joan, got Jan. I just subscribed, and now I got my daughter to do so too. Look at that, 2 new subscribers. Ooh. Tasha's getting new shoes. Well, Tasha, I don't want to keep you.
Yeah, I got stuff to do.
People have asked that, and maybe for the 25,000 live stream, people have been asking for you to come for like an extended period of time. And I tell people we have a podcast we do. You guys can listen to hours of our content, but I think they want to interact in person. So anyway, I'll let you go, but we got to get you here for an extended period of time. We'll do a live stream where I'll give all of the donations straight to Tasha. So that's that way people can decide how much they really love her. Cincinnati loves you, Joan. Everyone tell Joan we love her. Joan's having a tough day. It's all right, Joan. There's 546 people here, but let's all talk to Joan. I get it, Joan. I'm a middle child. I understand. All right, Tasha, I'm playing your music out. There she is.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Here you go. I'll give you your earpiece back. All right. See you guys on Instagram.
At Tasha Courtney on Instagram. She already posted some videos today. What are you doing right now? Are you unboxing stuff? All right, Tasha's doing what are you unboxing? Oh, Tasha's unboxing a surprise. Well, don't watch it until after this live stream's over, but go over to @Tasha Courtney and you can see what Tasha's unboxing. You want to find a Sharpie? We have so many Sharpies. I had a box over there with some trinkets in it, but honestly, things are everywhere, honey. I couldn't help you. Well, you got these Sharpie pens. Does this help, or you want the full felt tip Sharpie? All right, folks. Sheena Lang says, first time that I have actually seen Tasha since I have only recently discovered you a few months ago. She's so pretty, but I love you, Dave. Never miss a video from Orlando. Oh, thank you so much. You know, what's funny. It's like I forget. Oh, look at that. See, this is my green screen. I got to pull it over here. I'm showing you guys too much behind the scenes. I kind of forget because Tasha and I, we obviously create so much other content together that I sort of forget that you guys don't always get to see her. So anyway, let's go back to where we were. And, all right, I'm trying to catch up with everyone here. Give me a second. Why don't we play everyone's voicemail but Joan's? I'm kidding. Let's see if we can find Joan. The problem, Joan, is that your voicemail doesn't show up. I don't even know if she's still here. Your voicemail doesn't show up like with your name attached. So I try to play the shortest voicemails I can. Let's go to Maggie in Alaska. Here's a nice 30 seconds.
Hey, it's Maggie from Alaska. Calling sober this time. It's like the middle of the day and I'm working, so that's a win. I just want to say you are so awesome. You like this whole deal with the Rachels and Chris Harrison. You always have the right opinion about everything and you just speak it so eloquently. You're very articulate in the way of kindness and you have seriously become my moral compass. So love your face. Appreciate you. Bye.
Oh, you're so kind. Thank you so much. Hey, Joan, I appreciate you coming back. Tell me your area code, and I'll look right now for your voicemail. Now, I want to do something funny. What if I show you guys Tasha outside? I can't see you guys as I operate my camera, but I'm going to swerve it around and show you where Tasha is right now. So hang tight. This is going to take me like 4 seconds. We're gonna get the camera on Tasha because I can see her out the window. Dropped everything. Hold on. All right, that was way more challenging to do. That took a lot of effort. I had to move the whole studio. I wanted to show you guys what was happening over there. Yeah, we're spying on Tasha. Should I set up a Tasha cam? See, this is what I need. One of these days, I'm going to have it set up where I have multiple cameras. Oh, now I'm cut off. One of these days, I'm going to have multiple cameras, and I can set up and just be like, all right, let's go to the patio cam, and I'll cut over to it. Oh, Natalie with the 25. Do you think they'll announce the Bachelorette this week, Dave? By the way, can we see the puppy? Oh, yeah, you want to see the puppy? Okay, yeah, first of all, thank you so much for the 25. I'm in a little bit of a tighter spot than I used to be with my old studio, so just give me a second, and I'll try to get the puppy, but I'm going to have to remove some furniture. So, actually, you know what I might do? I might have to just scan over to the dog. I'll show you the dog. He's on the ground. Oof. What was that noise? Oh, what was that noise? Trying to make this. You okay? Want to say hi to everyone? Say hi to everyone? He's coughing. All right, I'm gonna put you down. That. His breath smells so bad. Oh, if you can smell his breath. Okay, all right. I'm out of breath, guys. You guys are making me work for it today. His breath smells like lobsters. How does a dog smell like lobster? He's got crustacean breath. All right, there he is. He's not having it now. He just walked in the other room. He was sleeping. He's like, what are you doing to me? Come on. All right, folks. So anyway, I appreciate all the love you guys have been sending. It's really sweet of all of you guys. Thank you so much for Maggie in Alaska. I really appreciate it. I know it's tough to leave short voicemails. Did we get Joan's area code number? Chaotic goodness is a good way to describe it. We're still over 500 people. Jen Murphy loves the dog. Hey, Jen, we just finished. We've been giving him your treats that you gave us as a reward for peeing in the right area, but he's not doing a good job, so he's not getting too many treats. Anyway, I missed, if anyone wants to relay it to me, I missed what Joan said her area code is. Just trying to find out. So yeah, do I think they'll announce the Bachelorette? You know, there's a lot of things that need to happen over there. So I don't know when they're going to announce the Bachelorette. I really don't know what they're going to do, to be honest. I don't know. We know the Bachelorette's supposed to start filming in like less than 3 weeks. So you think they would announce it before it gets officially leaked, because I think once filming starts, it'll be hard. You know, all you need is a person on a hill with goggles, and they're going to find out who it is. Susan, where's Susan? Sorry, Susan, I missed your comment. Susan, don't pull a Joan on me, okay? I'm trying my best. Dave, do you think the younger generation is just demanding much higher standards and has zero tolerance? So Chris is being pushed out along with his followers, maybe. Jessica. No, I don't think it's I don't think it's that many people. I think it's just a strong and mighty group of people that want progress to move forward. And I think that's okay. Stephanie, be as cheap as you want to be. You spend $800 on Pampered Chef products, but I rarely buy stuff for myself like that. Yeah, Stephanie, you pamper the hell out of yourself. Absolutely. You go for it. Darina says, what's my role in getting a voicemail played? Darina, tell me your area code. Jones 971. Let me make sure I play Jones 971 here. It's just guys, it's just an overwhelming amount of voicemails. So while I appreciate it, the easiest way to get your voicemail played is to make it on the short side, just because there's so many that I can't really sit through a bunch of long ones. Joan, what time did you call? Just out of curiosity. 971. Let's go to that's too Polish girl living in America. I can't. It's too long. Maybe at the end. I'll try to play some more at the end. Okay, here's a first. Oh, we don't get many from Oklahoma. Here's Tammy from Oklahoma.
Dave, this is Tammy from Oklahoma. Hey, I just wanted to call and tell you my opinion. I think the media is blowing all this shit way out of proportion. They need to stop. Let Chris go back to his job. Let Rachel go back to her life. And stop judging. Nobody needs to judge. We're not in no place to judge. Everybody does stuff, and they have to learn from their mistakes. She was a kid. And as far as Chris is going to take up for all of his girls or guys. If Rachel Lindsay had something on her and it been brought up, he would have took up for her too. But I think that if you stop blowing it up out of proportion and leave it alone. Talk to you later. Bye.
Oh, thank you. I love that you ended. Talk to you later. Bye. Thank you so much, Tammy. I respect your opinion. I do. I think what you said is that you think Chris Harrison would have stuck up for someone else too. And I guess the pushback on that would be, well, why didn't he stick up for Rachel Lindsay? And honestly, while there may certainly be racial undertones to like his way of thinking, like we all come from our own upbringing. You know, he's from Texas. I'm from Rhode Island. I'm from a white place too. We're a very whitewashed culture. Clam chowder, my hometown. So we all come from a place where we base our kind of like thought process from. I think one of the biggest issues with this Chris Harrison situation that people aren't really talking about is that I think he was just trying to protect the show and trying to promote the show so that people would tune into After the Final Rose, because everything Chris Harrison does, every other interview he does, is all about, well, you're going to have to tune in to see. This is going to be one of the most dramatic seasons ever. So it doesn't mean that it's right, but I think that's the mentality he was coming from, which is pretty reckless. It's reckless of Bachelor producers to tease Brittany Galvin's non-existent sex worker story. It's dangerous for them to be like, which contestant might be gay? Remember a couple years ago? There was a couple guys that were like buddies, and they were like, oh, maybe there's a gay romance story. That's dangerous to tease. It's dangerous to tease because you're asking people to fill in the blanks. Van Slamma with 5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Van Slamma. Please, everyone, start educating yourselves if you don't understand. Start with White Fragility by Robbing D'Angelo and How to Be Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. So, John, I'm still looking for you over here. I'll get you in a second. Leah says, I agree with that. I don't think it's right, but I think that's what he was doing. Yeah. That's so, communication to me, it's all about words, action, emotion, vibe, intuition. It all tells somebody else, is this a friend or a foe? That's all it is. And in an instance like this, we need to not just listen to words and fill in the blanks. We have to go, is he out to get people? No, probably not. But does he need to learn and grow and understand that he was playing with fire and got burnt? Yeah, for sure. And is he the fall guy for Bachelor producers who are saying, oh, ratings are pretty low during the pandemic. We can't be traveling, so we need to get juice up the drama. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Mariah says steamroll and promotion. Dave, did you notice that Abigail was friends with the Mean Girls? Do you think that means anything? No, I think Abigail's got a pretty good moral compass on her. And sometimes people will remain friends with people they disagree with just because that's like a survival thing. That's kind of like Billy Bush with his conversation when Trump was grabbing people by the hoo-has. You know what I mean? It's like I can totally see a guy who just was trying to keep his job, punch out, and was worried about where he was getting happy hour at the end of the night, and he got stuck in that mess. And again, that could be coming from a place of privilege for me where where that's what I think it's all about. But it doesn't mean it didn't happen. It doesn't mean there aren't consequences. But if he was willing to have a conversation where he goes, look, I came off horribly. I can't defend what I said. It was wrong. I interrupted you, Rachel Lindsay. I said, who are you? Who am I? This is what I meant. And imagine if he spent 20 minutes explaining himself. Imagine if he spent 20 minutes going, look, the ratings during the pandemic are a little wild. And I just thought it would be a good idea to wait till after the final rose so we could kind of talk about it then. Of course he can't say that. But that's exactly what was happening. The show does it all the time. It's reckless. It finally bit them in the ass. Do I think the Bachelorette could face an exodus of bachelors in protest of recent events? No, I don't. I don't think so. The Jaya Rose says, if you're a white, it's not your job to say it's blown out of proportion. No, but it's my opinion, and it's anyone's opinion to say, and that's why I understand. I respect people that disagree with me. This is where it becomes, and I don't know if you're talking to me or someone else, but this is where it becomes interesting because I just listened to a voicemail of someone who I disagree with, but I still value that they shared that opinion with me. The last thing I want is for all my voicemails to tell me, I agree with you, Dave. Everything's amazing. No, call me out. You call me out. Tell me if it's gaslighting. Sure. Absolutely. All right, Joan, let's find you. Sorry, Joan. I know you told me your voicemail here. Chris Harrison's apology was pretty good. He's the best part of the show. He's definitely one of the consistent parts of the show. Absolutely. Do. Oh, Sabine, I didn't even read what you said. You said, hey, guys, there are 500 of us here. Hit the like button, eh? Also, I have no idea how to send you U.S. money. Sorry. No, it's all right. It automatically converts it. You know, it does its thing. All right, Joan. John, I wish you could call me again. I don't want to ask you to do that. I just can't find you. It's so hard to talk at the same time. All right, 971. 97. Maybe I can search 971. Let's see if I search 971 what happens. Now it says no search results found. Are you sure you're calling the right number, Joan? I don't know if Joan's calling the wrong number here. Let's go to Carly.
Hi, Dave. This is Carly calling from New Jersey. The whole Chris Harrison thing and just everything that's happening in Bachelor, we understand you're sorry. Stop telling us that you're sorry. Start doing the work and showing us how
Correct.
sorry you are. We don't need more interviews and stories and Instagram posts of how sorry you are. We understand you're sorry. Now show us how to do better instead of telling us you're doing better. Anyway, thank you. I love your show. Bye.
Thank you so much, Carly and the Dirty J.
Handle the
Oh, I hit the wrong one. Sorry.
You cut the crap.
Thank you, Carly. I appreciate you over there in the Dirty J. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're right. Look, this was Chris Harrison's, there are different steps that have to be taken. There are steps that are like, all right, he's got to apologize. He's got to address things. It's kind of like Taylor Nolan. She's got to come out with a PowerPoint saying exactly why she's offended everybody and what she plans to do to make it right. That's what you got to do. A good apology specifically addresses everything down the list. Now, his conversation was only 13 minutes long, so I'm sure it won't take too much of an expert to help him figure out what it was that he said and how he can get over it and how he can move forward. So he talks with Michael Eric Dyson over here. And I know people have said, well, he doesn't speak for all of us and this and that. No, listen, everyone speaks for themselves. So when I say an opinion that I have, I'm speaking for me. I'm not speaking from all of white people. I'm speaking for Dave. So Michael Eric Dyson says, Chris Harrison took a major step today in recognition, responsibly, and reconciliation in his interview on Good Morning America. He was appropriately and repeatedly apologetic. It was heartening to see him apologize directly and sincerely to Rachel Lindsay, to whom he had displayed a level of insensitivity that he readily and fully acknowledged. He forthrightly called off the hate mongers whose venom caused Miss Lindsay to delete her Instagram account, deactivate. Chris took full ownership of his mistake, admitted that he was imperfect, and emphasized that change must come. He also made it plain that he is not the victim here. That was a good part. A crucial point to emphasize, as he rightfully refuses to revel in self-pity. At no point was he defensive, which is an important part of showing that he recognized his error. He also stressed that our reckoning should not be about cancel, but counsel culture. I believe in forgiveness and in giving those who want to right their wrongs and learn from their mistakes the opportunity to grow and be better. In speaking several times to Chris, I have seen what kind of man he is and know that's what's in his heart. I am convinced of his sincere efforts. I look forward to continuing to work with him and for him to share the fruits of his learning with his audience at The Bachelor and far beyond. And then someone says he gave surface level responses. Time will tell. They still need a new host for the show. We'll see what happens. But, because when Chris Harrison says that he had sought counsel or whatever, education, whatever he's saying. When Chris Harrison said this, it's kind of like saying, oh, I've got a black friend. That's kind of what it's like. But then the friend comes up and talks. So this conversation happens a lot better when it's in like some sort of discussion where Chris, it's not a great look for Chris Harrison to be like Dr. Dyson says, counsel, not cancel. Like we want to hear that from Dr. Dyson, and we just did. Did we lose Joan again? Ratings have not significantly dropped. They dropped several percentage points, but I also believe that oh, sorry, I was in the wrong part of the chat. I don't think ratings have dropped them. I think when I look at my recap numbers, generally as the season goes on, I'll lose people on the recap because people get all excited for like watching the new limos and then this and that, and then once their favorite person gets voted out, a lot of people stop watching. That's just kind of what happens. All right, Joan, I'm still looking for you. There's Leah. Hold on, Joan. I'm committed to finding you. I will find you. How about Nancy from Nevada?
Hi, Dave. This is Nancy from Nevada, and this is a question for Rachel, Lindsay, and maybe you. I'm just wondering if I am racist for enjoying watching movies like Gone with the Wind or Cowboy and Indians. Sorry, my apology. Cowboy and Native Americans. I'm just getting so confused if we're watching all these old programs on TV and movies and wondering if I'm racist or not for watching them. Thank you. Bye.
No, you're racist for living in Nevada. I'm kidding. Come on.
You can't handle the truth.
Listen, I understand your question. I'm not saying it's in bad faith, but it's one of those, well, if we can't do this, then why can't we do that? Well, how come they can sing those words in rap songs and we can't? It's like, okay, listen, I get it. I get that some people, you could talk till the cows come home about Dr. Seuss, and this is problematic. And boy, how did we not know that this couldn't have been? Look, I got to be laser focused with what I'm talking about here. And I hope you understand that. So, no, I don't think Gone with the Wind. I think there are things. I mean, there are movies. Boy, what was I watching recently? I was watching something, and it was shocking how I was like, this movie would have never been made in today's world. We're just trying to get to a more considerate place. Obviously, when you blaze through that path, you might go places like I like to think I'm good at critical thinking. I think that's kind of what I like to do. And, somebody tried to cancel Trader Joe's, right? I made a video about it. It's on my Instagram. It's on my YouTube. Someone tried to cancel Trader Joe's. Let me see if I can search it over here. And my whole thought was that it was ridiculous. It was like a 17-year-old who thought that Trader Joe's was problematic. Let me go Trader Joe's, Dave Neal. So I made a video about it, and I sort of kind of said what I wanted to say about it. This was before I had anyone following me, so it only has 7,000 views here. But look, I mean, no, not everything is racist. Not everything. I gotta watch an ad on my own show. Not everything, has to be that way. And I think they were wrong to want to cancel Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is very kitschy with the way they market things. They're like, oh, it's Trader Jose's because it's a Mexican lager. That's not. Trader Joe is a lost my power there. Trader Joe's is he's a guy named Joe Colombo. He passed away a few years ago, maybe last year. And he's an Italian-American guy who wanted to make, he had good intentions, I'm not going to play this for you, but, I went on a whole rant about how, Trader Joe's, it's ridiculous that they're trying to cancel it. And was it a lot of people trying to cancel Trader Joe's? No, it was a 17-year-old who was started her own petition, and it picked, and here's one of the problems. News media is dying. Traditional news media is dying. So they find hot button topics and they pull it apart and they kind of get people to pick sides. People leave comments, it boosts the ad sales, and that's the market we live in. In order to survive the world we live in, they need to find a new way for media companies to either get their revenue, because it's I'm well aware when I talk about a lot of these issues. If I talk about Rachel Lindsay, it's going to get more views because of the people that love her and the people that hate her. But as I talk about it, I hope to think it's more nuanced than just trying to pull at people's core emotions. So you're allowed to watch Gone with the Wind. I do wonder, there are things that are going to trigger people in this world. All sorts of different things. I come from a place where, I think people, for the most part, need to be in control of their own emotions. Now, look, if I'm going to post something online, I like the idea of trigger warnings. When I shared the Michael Strahan story about him, with domestic violence issues, I'm still learning about this, but I want there to be a trigger warning because my mom was, had a history with domestic violence, and I wouldn't want her to feel triggered, and I know what that feeling is like because I've seen it in her eyes. So, Laura Edmondson. Sorry, it's very hard to have a thought and then move over. But this all has to do. Laura Edmondson. My opinions are my opinions. It doesn't mean I speak for anybody else. Do you understand? So if I don't think it's racist for Trader Joe's, I've done the research, and that's the opinion I've taken on the matter. You know, one of the goals that we should all have is to be impeccable with our word. So I did the research. I thought the petition was phony. I thought it wasn't in good faith. And I thought they were going to say that it was because of the Hawaiian t-shirts, okay? I thought the petition wasn't even what I thought it was going to be. So Laura Edmondson says, and I appreciate your comment, and I appreciate you questioning me. Dave, how can you say it's not my place as a white guy to say whether or not XYZ is racist and then turn around and say, no, that's not racist about Trader Joe's or a movie or anything else? I'm not saying Gone with the Wind isn't racist. I'm saying Lori in Las Vegas or Nancy in Nevada, whoever that was, doesn't need to wonder if she's racist because she watched the movie. Courtney says Trader Joe's is catering to the overeducated and the underpaid. Their focus is to make you feel like you're traveling and getting to taste the flavors of the world without having to travel there. Sure, yeah. I mean, they've got a good... I mean, Trader Joe's has a good marketing system. They're very friendly. The workers are well taken care of. You know? It's a good company to work for. Layan said... Oh, sorry, lost you. Oh, there's so many. It's hard. It's when a new comment's coming, it just kicks it. Yeah, Steve says we have to understand and learn from long ago films like Gone with the Wind. It's a story about the 1860s. Absolutely. Caitlin Hip says, Dave, Bachelor Nation should petition to sit down with Chris Harrison and Manuel Acho. Thoughts? I love the idea, but here's the problem with petitions. I want it to happen because it's supposed to happen. I don't want anything to happen because I want like people to feel like they got to do a certain thing. I just want it to happen, you know? But that's a great idea. And I'll even say this. Emmanuel Acho, let me get off of this stupid face over here. Emmanuel Acho, even his YouTube videos are like, leave me wanting more. No, they're great. They're great. But like, he'll make like a 15-minute video talking to police about like race relations. And I'm like, air the whole thing. This is fascinating. So, you know, I mean, no one shoots a 15-minute segment. I'm at an hour and change here. So, like, clearly, like, air the whole thing. I think it's worth listening to. I think our generation, I think people really do thirst for long-form content. So, I would love Emmanuel Acho and him to talk, but air it out. Have a conversation. Take a bathroom break. Come back. Talk about it. Absolutely. Gemma says, watching a movie and agreeing with every idea expressed are two different things. Do people ask that about modern films, about violent parts of the past? Bad faith question. It was a bad faith question, but I understand her point. Yes, thank you very much for that. Jessica Lee says, the world will only be equal when the robots take over. Maybe. I hope they subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, if you don't mind. I would appreciate if you could get up there and hit the like button or something. Jones, Joan, your area code 503. You've probably been saying that this whole time, and I keep on missing it. All right, Jones, area code 503. Let's see. That's going to make it a lot easier now that I know I'm looking for a 503 area code. Well, Joan, do you know what time you called in? Oh, there it is. I found you, Joan. Love you.
Hey, Dave. This is Joan up in Portland, Oregon, and I just watched your Michael Strahan interview with Chris Harrison, and I gotta say, don't you remember seeing that photo?
Oh, I'm sorry, it stopped playing. Sorry.
Chris Harrison, and I gotta say, don't you remember seeing that photo of Rachel Lindsay having a grand old time on Nick Viall's season, where he was slapping her ass in some parade in New Orleans, and she was having a fantastic time. And as you may or may not know, New Orleans was the slave trade capital of the United States in the 1800s. So in my opinion, Rachel Lindsay is a hypocrite, and in my opinion, I think she should be fired from Bachelor Nation. I side with Chris Harrison. That's the way it is.
Well, you say you side with Chris Harrison, then so which side do you side with Chris Harrison? Then he apologized to Rachel Lindsay. Look, first of all, Joan, I played your video in my last video that I released several hours ago. So you're calling me out, telling me I only play people's videos. I've already played this voicemail. Yeah, we've already been through this. Even Leah says, all right. All right. All right. Let's go to New York City.
Hi, Dave. This is Dorina. I'm just giving you a call from New York City.
Hi,
I
Dorina.
wanted to thank you for your coverage of everything, The Bachelorette in general, or The Bachelor. I don't really watch the show all that often, but I do like to get updates here and there and listen to things while I'm working from home these days. And I always tune into your show because, you know, you give such rich feedback on these topics. And I just wanted to say that I really appreciate your viewpoint. And I would love to see you expand into touching on topics that, you know, controversial topics, just simply because you do so in such a lighthearted way, but you do it with, you know, a lot of deep insights. And I really love that you just, you keep things pretty balanced and try to stay unbiased as much as possible. I also wanted to thank you for mentioning the point about Michael Strahan and his domestic violence history. It's such an important topic, and it's been overlooked for so long. And it's nice to hear someone speak about it in a way that really sheds light on the issue. Okay, well, I hope you have a great live, and thank you for doing what you're doing, and keep it up.
Thank you so much, Dorina. That's so sweet. I'm humbled. My love language is wanting affirmations, but then when I get praise, I'm kind of like, oh, get out of here. You know what I mean? It's humbling, and I appreciate it. And I just want everyone to remember that everyone's trying the best they can with the information they have. That's really the only way to describe it. You know, whenever you're in a fight with someone, whenever someone's got road rage and they're late for something, they're trying to get to their job and their kid's sick, and you just don't know, guys. And there's a lot of ignorance out there, and there's a lot of issues out there, and we can't take everything on. We can't solve every Gone with the Wind. You know, everyone wants to divide into a very easy way of thinking, like, oh, I'm on the left, oh, I'm on the right. It's more complicated than that sometimes, folks. Chronically Brianna gave $5, so thank you for that. I didn't mean to pass you up. I think I missed you. You said, shout out from Santa Cruz, California, and give yourself a break if you need one, Dave. You've been working overtime to bring us top-notch content. Well, thank you so much. I mean, I honestly don't work, like, these videos aren't extremely hard to make. As soon as you kind of get into the zone of Bachelor, I feel like it, as soon as you kind of like, it's like studying for a test that you keep on taking every day, so you just stay in the know. So Van Slama said, Joan, there's a difference. Thank you so much, Van Slama. There's a difference between understanding a place's racist history. Virginia started slavery. People live there now in places that commemorate racism. Yeah, thank you so much. So did I miss any other super chats? I think that was it. If I missed any other super chats, please let me know. It's, you know, I wish there was a better way to kind of see these, but I think I got them, right? Did I get them all? So let's put the music back on. I'll stay with you guys for a little bit longer. This is so shitty. ABC grabs Dr. Dyson and thinks we'll be neatly wrapped up with a bow. That is not how this works. It will not be overnight and not like this. Does ABC and Dr. Dyson, do they have something do they work together? Are they contractually working together, or did Chris Harrison and Dr. Dyson come together? I'm not really sure how that works. Shauna, I've got a video about who the next Bachelorette is, so I don't want to announce it on here. I have a spoiler for who the next Bachelorette is, but apparently the chat, let's just try to keep that to ourselves. And, alrighty. Pick one drink to sponsor your show. Which drink would you pick? That's a great question. If I could pick one drink to sponsor my show, like if I could just name my price, I would probably want it to be a non-alcoholic drink, just because I make a lot of content. So if every episode I'm like, Mike's Hard Lemonade, this show is brought to you by... It's kind of cocked. I like diet. I do like Diet Cokes. I like Dr. Pepper. I'm a little. I'm a hooah. I'll take whoever's money wants to give it to me. Okay. Let me know, guys. Let me know if I missed any there. I think I got them all. I think I got them all. Alberta says this lady, she knows nothing about West Africans' influence on New Orleans. The celebrations have a connection to a religious tradition where we celebrate the ones who passed and rejoined our ancestors. Thank you very much for sharing that information. You know, it's important. I studied the history of jazz in high school, and because I played saxophone. I played in a jazz band. And boom, skibidi bop bow. You know, not I was not good, but it was fine. And you learn a lot about the rich culture of New Orleans, the mixture of the Cajun cuisine, the music, the funerals, the jazz, Bourbon Street, the French Quarter. New Orleans is very, very complicated. It is very complex, and it is very beautiful. It is not just where people go to show their boobs for beads. That just is one of the aspects of it. Okay, it's hard to read this upside down. Stephanie says, I didn't realize that there was another video earlier. I was taking my son to the doctor. I'll have to go back and watch it. No problem. Dave, God bless you for trying to keep up with the chat. Feel like you're breaking a sweat. I super chatted. I don't know if it did it right. It's awesome and fun to have these discussions with people's comments. Jessica, thank you so much. I'm going to find your super chat. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me play a voicemail and I'll find your super chat. I do apologize there. Here we go. This is Madeline calling in from Canada. Let's hear from Madeline.
Hi, Dave. It's Madeline calling from Canada. Just want to say that I've been listening to all of your conversations. I find them very interesting, but I've noticed a tendency for people to say that just because you are a certain race, namely Caucasian, you can't talk about race or talk about racism. And I find this to be something that I think is counterintuitive. And all I'll say is that, for example, I'm a sexual assault victim, but I don't think that other people can't talk about sexual assault or can't be part of that conversation. But it's just a different perspective, and I'm curious to hear what you say. Sorry for being 1 minute, and thanks, and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much for that timely phone call from just a few minutes ago. Yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. And look, there's a difference. I guess there's a difference between having a conversation and pretending to be an expert on something for some reason. I'm no expert on any of this, but I have no problem talking about it. It's so funny. Remember some people commented like the other day, someone was like, Dave, you really got beat up in the chat there. Just keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, did I? I didn't realize. Maybe there's a whole subsection of comments happening, but I don't know. I see my channel as a place for people to talk. And just like we got a voicemail last week from a black listener in Maine, and she said that she thinks it's important for white people to deconstruct something that they built. So, and again, I don't really come from a place of like white guilt. I don't know. I've got Catholic guilt. I've got plenty of guilt, but I don't know if it's white guilt. So I look at it as like, look, if there are conversations to be had, if there's ways to be educated, have the talk. But that doesn't mean bad faith questions. That doesn't mean, well, how come we can't do this and they can do this? And how come we can't watch this and that? It's like, look, I don't think anyone should live in fear. I think the problem that obviously people had with Chris Harrison was more so the fact that you go from a guy you see who's like crystal clean and rehearsed, and then all of a sudden he's not as sort of secure with his word choices and giving time for the conversation to happen with Rachel Lindsay. Hannah from Texas, what do you got for me?
Hey, Dave. This is Hannah from Texas. And I just wanted to say something to the folks in the South. We have a lot of things to unlearn, and we're trying every day. And if that means that the woke police is here, then that's, maybe we need to say, wee, and call out things that hurt others. And I'm a white woman, but I'm offended for others. I'm offended because it's wrong. A lot of the things that are happening are wrong. And yeah, we have to call them out. We have to be kind to each other. And I want to see more Boone. I want to see more Tasha. Go, Dave.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah,
Boone, have a good day. Bye.
Boone's on the ground over there. I'll put him on my Instagram. Thank you so much for the phone call. Somebody had just asked, and again, I just lost it. Courtney Shane says, do you think Rachel apologizing from the bedroom floor was staged to feel more intimate? I'll tell you what I think Rachel Kirkconnell apologizing from the bedroom floor was. Let's go to it. I think it was her not having a tripod. Okay? You know what I mean, guys? I think it was her not having a tripod. I'm not going to play. You know, I think she's sitting down. She's got her phone on some books or something, and she's having a talk. You know? Just like Taylor Nolan did one where she had her phone down and she was looking down. As an audience member, we see these things. Look, if this were a movie, I'd go, oh, well, I wonder why they use the camera angle in this way. Were they trying to push in on the scene and use a wide angle lens to show some sort of distortion? I am the worst person to watch movies with because I ask stupid questions like that. Or I'm like, oh, I love the steady shot. You know, I've worked on movies with Oscar-winning directors of photography and Oscar-winning directors. I love movies. I love camera. I love cinematography. Rachel Kirkconnell has a phone set up on a textbook. That's just what it is. Or it's her laptop. Whatever it is, it's set up somewhere on the ground. I think she came off as sincere as possible. That's all I got to say to that. Wouldn't have pegged you as a sax player, Dave. So cool. Played some violin myself back in the day. Oh, you played some violin?
You can't handle
the law. Playing a stringed instrument over there. Yeah, I played saxophone, alto, tenor, and baritone sax. And I was okay. I've considered getting a baritone sax because it's more like the bass line, like boop, 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 boop. It's very much like a bass line instrument, and I've considered because I could pick that up and get back into it in a couple of days. Other than the armature, your mouth muscles need to be very strong to play saxophone. What's up, ladies? How are you? Come on now, folks. Easy does it. All righty. Watching a movie with Dave would be, yeah. Yeah, I just paused the movie and I'm like, dude, did you see that boom shot they did? That was amazing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Jess says some things have significant meanings to certain cultures and other things don't. Just research it before you do it. Absolutely. Great idea. Absolutely. Megan says people are so rude in the chat. Who cares if people keep asking the same question? They would just like to hear from Dave. Don't be so rude, people. Yeah, can everyone be calm? Here's the thing. I don't know what you're referring to, but I ask everyone in the chat room to just extend the courtesy you would give someone if you were at my house party. You know what I mean? If I invited you to a house party, you wouldn't belittle somebody because then they'd be like, hey, Dave, who invited that asshole? And I'd be like, sorry, it's my cousin Timmy. He drinks a little bit. He's amazing. You'll like him, but he comes off abrasive. I'm kidding, Timmy. That's my real cousin. I love you, Timmy. I miss you so much. I miss my family so much. It's been a long year, guys. Imagine if I was just drunk. I miss my family. I do. I miss my family so much. Just celebrating all my family's birthdays, anniversaries from 4,000 miles away. I'll see you guys soon. Some things have significant meaning. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, dang, I made a live chat. What's up, Dave? Rachel is doing the best she can with the knowledge she has currently. We should practice patience with her on her bedroom floor. Yeah, a lot of... Oh, is that Patsy? No, I can't tell. No, that's not Patsy. Sorry, I thought that was somebody else. Jen says it's a little more relatable than Chris Harrison in his full suit as if he's on set. Yeah, the Chris Harrison thing, I was thinking... I don't know where the Chris Harrison video is. I was thinking that Chris Harrison's was probably filmed at a stage somewhere. See, I got so many tabs open. Someone told me it was offensive that I clicked on the wrong person earlier, and I was like, look at how many tabs I have open, guys. Do you understand how this works? I'm on a laptop now. I'm trying Lizzie Borden. Jeez. Killed her parents with an axe. Cancel Lizzie Borden. She's got to go. Wouldn't that be a fun like Bachelorette spoof if it was Lizzie Borden? You know, and the guys are like, all right, Jordan, you made it to the fantasy suites. And Jordan's like, please, I don't want to go to the fantasy suites. I'm like, no, should you choose to forego the fantasy suites, she'll cut your head off. All right, I'll go to the fantasy suites. I digress. Shay says, I do think with Rachel K, it may be a way to show some humility more than feel more intimate, but who knows? Honestly, no, I think she was just trying to frame it up right. But maybe, I just don't think so. Usually I kind of operate under the very simple thing where like it's like the simplest answer is probably the most, like I'm not fun when it comes to conspiracies, because I'm like, no, you know how many people would have had to like live out a lie that the moon's landing didn't happen? You know what I mean? Han Solo Texas says, Dave, plug the podcast you and Tasha do. Sure, absolutely. Okay, I'll plug the podcast. It's called The Sap. Now, we call it The Sap because it used to be called The Sex Actually Podcast, but sex is a weird word when it comes to like Google searches, and it was actually getting like totally sort of like, not flagged, but it was hard for people to find. So it's called The Sap, and you can literally just Google The Sap wherever you guys go. Look at that. We have 430 episodes. The most current one, we talked about surviving the move, and, we talk about real life things as a couple. We talk about how, like, this episode, Tasha completely calls me out for dropping the ball with our move. And, and I was like, sorry, I was just trying to make money for us, and we call each other out. We talk about things. It's kind of like our therapy. And then we interview other comedians about their dating lives and this and that. So the SAP has been around for 6 years. We've been featured. We've had a real hit to the SAP since the pandemic started. We've lost a lot of downloads because people don't drive to work anymore. So luckily the YouTube channel has picked up steam. So we still do the SAP every week, but see, this is exactly who we are. I had the idea to make this image, and I hired a artist in Argentina. I think she was in Argentina. She was in South America. I found her on Reddit randomly, and I was like, I liked her work. So I was like, how funny would it be if I do this whole like iconic scene of the guy holding the stereo? Like, find me, I'm rom-com, got my hair, and then Tasha's just not listening. I just thought it would be a lot of fun for her to just not be listening. It really, if you know Tasha and if you know me, this cartoon image completely shows you what our relationship is. The SAP has some videos on our channel, but not all of them. So if you go to my YouTube channel, which I'm here right now, and you go to playlists, you'll see I've got mansplaining, shorts, driving with Dave, and then where's the SAP? I've got the SAP podcast, dating and relationship stories. So I only put the videos up here, but to be honest, I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to do because like a lot of the podcasts that we've been doing at our old place were done on the rooftop. So this is Lisa, who's a frequenter of the live stream. We had her on the roof, and we, to have a socially distant conversation. I'll show you after it plays the advertisement. And yeah, thank you so much, Leah. I appreciate it. Leah, we'd love to have you on. Next time you're in Los Angeles or next time we're in Michigan, we'll come find you. We'll come find you. So the SAP I have a love-hate relationship with. I love the podcast, but because my channel has grown so much with Bachelor content, if I make a SAP episode on my YouTube channel and it's not about Bachelor stuff, the algorithm kills it. So I don't like to post underperforming things on the YouTube channel. And people say, well, you should just make a separate YouTube channel for the Bachelor. And it requires so much effort and energy. I think when my current channel gets to a certain size, I will have a vlog channel and I will have a and I will have a podcast channel. But in the meantime, video episodes go up as they go up. Obviously, with the move, it's kind of been hard to do them lately, but I try to make it a good production. I do a 3-camera setup. It takes forever to make. So that's that. That's my old place. We just moved this week. I am kind of homesick, but not because I loved the place. It just holds so many amazing memories that we started together, really. So that's all. We miss it. But then there it is. Just some dusty old, like obviously our current setup is way nicer, way more intimate, but it was nice to have it. It was nice. All right, let's see if we got any more. What's nice when I play a voicemail is that it gives me the chance to look at the chat and I can listen to 2 things at once. Okay, my number is, and you told me in the past that when you come to Portland for a show, David Stone, yeah, you put your cell phone number in the phone call when you called, so I don't want to play that. Let's go to Mariah from Cincinnati. Absolutely. Skyline.
Hey, this is Mariah from Cincinnati. Just want to send some love and say to my cousins out here in this chat, I'm just so thankful that we're all discussing these things. I think where we're at a loss is that a lot of us are not able to effectively articulate the language of race, culture, appropriation, representation, bias. But there should never be a situation where people can't speak from their experiences. And I've never heard a rule that said that white people can't discuss race. And many times, perhaps things are considered taboo in various cultures and it's not addressed. Trying to keep it short. And sending you love from the home of Skyline Chili and La Rosa's Pizza. Thanks. Peace.
Oh, La Rosa's Pizza. Yes. Oh, now I'm craving La Rosa's Pizza. We were just talking about La Rosa's Pizza the other day. Is it Detroit-style pizza? I'm trying. Tasha heard me say it. Come back in here. Oh, here. Well, because I want you to hear it. Here, let's just come in for the ladies and gentlemen.
Hungry.
Hold on, just come in.
Can we get some La Rosa's pizza?
Mariah's going to deliver it from Cincinnati. Here, come back in here.
We'll see you in 7 days.
Hold on.
I got to finish this and then I'll be back.
No, I'm not going to hold on to it. It's 10 seconds long. Just listen to it. Just listen to this right here. Tasha's coming in here.
I'm going to lose my Instagram story.
she's got an Instagram story. This is the second half of Mariah's. Just play the second half.
Did you tell her we were literally talking about that last night?
I didn't.
Perhaps things are considered taboo in various cultures and it's not addressed. Trying to keep it short and sending you love from the home of Skyline Chili and La Rosa Pizza. Thanks. Peace.
Yeah.
So
And Grater's ice cream.
Oh, Grater's ice cream. They've got
Yeah.
that at the Cincinnati airport.
Yeah, I'll always try and get the black raspberry at the airport.
Did you just hear her accent? I was trying to get the black raspberry at the airport when I'm getting my Grater's chili. Sometimes it doesn't sit well with my Scottish child line, but then my love roasted chicken in Cincinnati. You literally have a Lisa Reed just came back. I was showing off the sap because people say we don't promote it enough. Oh, the sap's not on the display anymore. But it's so hard to be over here and with you at the same time.
I'm so hungry for everybody needs to go visit Cincinnati / Northern Kentucky, represent Northern Kentucky.
This is what's so.
And eat some La Rosas and some Skyline.
But let me look it up then. Here, talk about La Rosa. La Rosa. How do you spell La Rosa? Is it 2 words? Is it one?
It's one.
La Rosa Pizza Cincinnati.
It's an apostrophe
style.
S. Oh, okay. You're trying to find out if it's. So
display
we were
catcher.
having a discussion last night about whether La Rosa's is Detroit style or Chicago style
What if I do
deep
this?
dish. Because I couldn't remember. I haven't eaten a deep dish pizza in probably 20 years, which is really sad. But I remember as a kid, like going to La Rosa's and getting a deep dish. Chicago deep dish pizza, round in shape, is like a deep dish, not a super thick crust. Traditional Detroit style pizza is square in shape. It features a thick, airy crust similar to Sicilian pizza. It bakes inside an oiled steel pan and comes out crispy and light, according to Slice. But what I remember is like thick sauce. I remember really thick sauce from my childhood, and that's what I want to like recreate or have Dave recreate for us. Make us a gluten-free deep dish.
Yeah, we don't
pizza.
have the gluten-free recipe, but we do have. We could but this doesn't exactly say what. So what is Detroit deep dish pizza then? What is the exact Detroit deep dish? Is a deep dish rectangular pizza topped with Wisconsin brick cheese, and so Detroit needs Wisconsin brick cheese in a cooked tomato-based sauce. The dough typically has a hydration level of 70%. Oh, this is the information I like. I love it.
How are you going to measure the hydration of our crust?
You know I'm going to be at some dinner party and be like, oh, is that 70% hydrated Wisconsin block cheese? And I'm going to meet a guy who's going to be like, I thought you would have never asked. And I'm going to become best friends with him, and we're going to eat Detroit-style pizza.
Can you hit down on the comments so we can see if anybody knows if La Rosa's is Chicago style or Detroit
There's Mariah.
style?
She's Cincinnati.
See, we have 2 votes. Okay.
Mariah's the one who
all
called
the variations. I'm just so hungry for.
Mariah says they sell the sauce.
I remember from childhood just getting a thick, sauced deep dish pizza, and I haven't had it in a million years.
Stephanie, read her.
Gluten-free deep dish would be great. I'm having to go gluten-free too, or mostly gluten-free. So
Oh, you read it gluten-free. I read it as her saying, girlfriend, deep dish would be great. Either one.
No, it's totally possible. Bob's Red Mill makes really wonderful gluten-free pizza dough flour. It's flour that you can buy pretty much anywhere. If you have a super Walmart close by you, they sell it there. But it's just the flour, the gluten-free flour, but I guess it has like the right amount of baking soda or baking powder already in it, so it makes a really fluffy pizza crust.
Mariah says you can buy it at Kroger's, but I'm assuming they're not going to have that. We don't have Kroger's, but we've got the same parent company of Kroger's, but I doubt they're going to have La Rosa's.
They might.
Out here. Well, you know what we tried to do a couple years ago is we got the canned Skyline, and TSA took it from us.
You can't handle the truth.
They just told us we couldn't handle it. They wouldn't let us.
You cut the crap.
They told me you can't have that Skyline. I said
You cut the crap.
And all right, Tasha's got to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Tasha's out of here, everybody. So that's that. I guess we're getting close to dinner. I should get going. You guys are still sticking around loyal. La Rosa sells gluten-free via delivery here. Well, Mariah, keep rubbing it in. We don't have it over here. No, I do appreciate you, Mariah. Let me get resituated here. Look, it looks like in some aspects the chat has gone off the rails. Let me give you guys some advice. I know this isn't always going to work out great for us, but some advice that I take, and I don't do this as much on YouTube because I try to talk to everyone, but on Facebook, I won't fight with a stranger. And I take like a hard pass because a lot of times fights will start as a discussion and then you get invested in it and you like want to be right and this and that. I just, I know what we're preaching here is trying to have conversations that sort of change minds or educate people or this and that. But honestly, it's important to realize when you're in a pissing match and get out. And I just looked over and saw someone trying to have a conversation about hair types. And it's like, look, I get it. This is what I would do if I were you. Rather than leave a comment, I would call the voicemail line because I think people, a lot of times when we're talking through the medium of writing, we don't give each other the empathy we would if we were on the phone. Just a thought. There's a 9. Okay, let's go to Canada. Let's see what Canada has to say.
Hello. So, I am from Canada, Toronto, Canada. I'm actually watching a video right now. You might hear it in the background.
Oh, did I lose you? Oh, we got to hang up. All right, no worries. We had to hang up there. Here we go. Who's this? Avery from New York. Let's go to Avery from New York.
Hey Dave, sorry this is so late. Avery from New York. I just want to say I was just watching your Chris Harrison's first interviews and Stepping Aside video, the 43-minute one, and it was to the end of the video, and you were talking about how, like, why wasn't this an issue in 2017 with the Plantation House? That kind of got me thinking about how in Chris and the Rachel Extra interview, how Chris was saying, was this an issue in 2018, or is it not an issue now?
Oh, lost you. Sorry.
Probably said that wrong, but you know what I mean. I was wondering if this wasn't an issue in 2017, was it an issue in 2018? And if it wasn't an issue in 2018, then why is it now? And not that of course I know why it is now, but maybe Chris Harrison had a point in the sense that the Bachelor franchise wasn't educated enough, and it kind of, I guess, bled into 2018. And maybe that's what kind of sparked Chris's idolization for the fact that, was it not a good look in 2018 or is it not a good look now kind of thing. So I just wanted to give that point again. I know it's kind of late. It's actually late over here. It's about 8 o'clock here, not that bad. So I just figured I needed to get that point across before I forgot, and in case maybe you could give your opinion on it at all. Sorry, it's over 30 seconds. I just needed to make sure I was vocalizing this properly. So hopefully I will get to hear your opinion on this soon. And that's all I have to say on that. Have a great day. Bye.
Well, thank you so much for that phone call. I am going to get to that, but Tasha just walked in, so I wanted to ask her one more thing. Tasha, people were asking in the comment section, and I didn't know if we were going to do this because, like we don't want to bother, here, just come on in. I still got the pizza up here. We don't want to bother people with, how do I get to this? Oh, hold on. I'm trying to make it so that I can pull you in. We don't want to bother people with our life, but some people were asking what if we are going to do some sort of registry for moving in. Here, just come.
Well, I wasn't planning on it.
But people, literally 2 different people asked if we have like an Amazon wish list or if there's anything.
Well, I did make an Amazon list just to put things that we need to get on it.
But some people, that's their way of donating if they want to get us something. And again, I feel that, they just said they brought it up. So I didn't know if that was something
that's really sweet.
It is sweet, but also we're trying to get rid of so much junk.
Yeah, we are.
Maybe once we see what we need in a few weeks.
Yeah, once we get all the boxes unpacked, if there's anything that we're missing, I can maybe put it on a list.
I think Boone's going to need a bed. So maybe we'll have to get Boone a bed.
Boone needs, this poor guy, he needs like a memory foam or something.
By on a side note, Brian said he's about to eat Costco pizza. Let me tell you something. Don't sleep on Costco pizza. It's a good buy. Costco makes a good buy.
Honestly, I don't know that I've ever had a bad pizza. I'm not sure if that exists.
Pizza's like sex. Some's better than others, but you can eat it when you get it. You're gonna take that pizza when you get it. You know what I mean? You're gonna come out for seconds if you have time. You're gonna get bloated after and cry. That's not true. Anyway, I guess I should get out of here. Are we gonna do dinner? What are we doing for dinner?
I'm so hungry. I literally just got this out of my lunchbox.
We've been eating
sauce.
We've been eating bitchin' hot sauce.
Bitchin' sauce. It's not hot sauce. It's just a dip.
It's more expensive than gold per pound. It is.
It's
It is a real treat. I give
so
it
good.
I give it to Tasha with like a nice little like medicine dropper. I'm like, here's a little bit of. It's because it's so good.
It's a dip for like crackers, and they have a bunch of different flavors. But we saw it at the Super Walmart last night. Bitchin' dip.
Bitchin' dip. All right,
I'm so
Tasha's
hungry.
out.
I need.
She's got to go. There she is, folks. All right, so we're going to start wrapping this up. One more time, I want to give a shout out to Oz. I know you do a great job in there as the moderator, Sheriff Oz out there. So if anyone would like to send Oz a donor, a donor boner, a donation, that would be very much appreciated for the work he does. You know, it's good. It's good to just have a little bit of a fund there for some, Uber Eats or whatever, trying to get through Canada there in the winter. So what's your point is our one of our favorite Australians, and says the SAP has been my saving grace for 6 years. It made me laugh and feel okay about not being the best. I listened to you in the hospital on back day at gym. Tasha's great. I always daydream of being on. That's so sweet. I really appreciate that. The SAP is like a child of ours. It really is. It's been around for so long. One of my goals this year, when it comes back like properly, when we can have guests back on in the backyard, is to really make our set feel like home, because the things that I love about our podcast is what makes it like we've always done it from our home. We've done it in a way that makes people feel like they're a part of our family, and we truly want people to feel that way. Sometimes I'm guilty of being overly personal about things, but part of what I've always wanted is to just extend my big family to you guys. And I think maybe the live stream helps with that, but that's just what it's all about. L-Dog says, please donate to Oz as he helps Dave and helps our live chat be safe and awesome. Of course. Absolutely. That's it. That's PayPal, by the way, just to make sure people know. He put the link in there. Anyway, all this pizza talk has got me going, so I'm going to have to get out of here. In the morning, I think the first thing in the morning, unless there's breaking news, I'm going to do a little Dale and Claire story. Some updates on Dale and Claire. Give the people what they want. But I do appreciate all of you guys. And I hope I got to everyone's super chats. Let me just see if there's any last voicemails that came in. It looks like we have Leah in New Hampshire. Let's play Leah in New Hampshire, and that'll be our last voicemail for tonight.
Hey, this is Leah out of New Hampshire. I've been watching one of your live stream videos, and I had a thought on the Chris Harrison issue with how he really spoke out and said, people really need to be laying off Rachel Lindsay. Totally agree with that, and I think that was really called for him to speak out on that. But also, the Bachelor Instagram or Twitter page, you had covered it a while ago, they finally came out with a statement to stop harassing Rachel Lindsay, and that's all that they've really said. So was this interview primary goal to just kind of stand up for Rachel Lindsay, which if it was, that's really cool that they finally did something, or was it to start with that so that it would be buttered up for when Chris Harrison asked for his job back? I don't know, but it was just a thought I had. Wanted your thought. Thanks. Bye.
No, I do appreciate that, and it is hard to know what every motivation is. I think in the end, Bachelor, everything's driven by money. So that's why people vote with their dollar. That's why people boycott things they don't believe in. Everything that matters is kind of driven by the economics. People want their livelihood to be okay. They don't want their jobs to be taken away. So I think the Bachelor producers' main goal is to keep the show on the air with as many viewers as possible. All that moral hogwash, I think that's secondary for them because they're running a business. It doesn't mean it's not important to us. It means to them, all right, Rachel Lindsay says she's going to boycott if we don't get a lead of color on the show. We need to make that happen now. Things bend towards justice when people demand that. And so people can go, well, they only did what they did because of the threats. Probably. But whatever threats are against Chris Harrison to have him fired, they're going to weigh that heavily. They're going to decide what to do. I think there's a scenario in which they keep Chris Harrison. I think there's a scenario in which they don't. I think they're spending a lot of money looking into what they need to do. But in the end, Chris Harrison is not too big to fail when it comes to The Bachelor. They'll get rid of him in a second if they need to. But at what cost? There's a big population of people that aren't following my live stream, that don't follow Twitter, that just say, oh, you're going to cancel Chris Harrison? Well, I'm done. You know, we'll see what happens. Last chance to see if there's anyone else. That's it, folks. That's it on calls. All right, so what I'll do here is I'll just read a few comments as we sign off, but I'll do that thing where I sign off, and that way I can actually read comments here, because the SAP graphic is beautiful. Oh, thanks, L-Dog. I can't wait to... L-Dog. I can never see you on here, but L-Dog's been a huge... we've been communicating about some fun things. I don't know if we're announcing it yet, but we've got some fun things happening that people are going to be very excited about. Yeah, so what did Courtney Shane ask? I'm trying to go back to Courtney Shane. At Neal, do you or staff read the chat later or only during the show? I try to read the chat as much as possible during the show, but I'm not I'm not always able to capture everyone. Like, I can't always read into everything because, you know, what I've learned with my own addictions is that if I try to read everything, it keeps me from producing new things. So luckily the live stream and the community has gotten to a size that has been able to get me profitable to make more content, but because of that, I can't always respond to it all. So Jen says, Courtney, Shane, Dave doesn't have a staff. He's a one-man show. I got Tasha telling me when it's time to go to dinner, and then I cook dinner. I'm a one-man show all over the place. Do you or staff read the chat later? Oh, sorry, I didn't know if I missed something else. If there's something that Brianna agreed, hairstyle, golly. Yeah, no, I don't, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to necessarily be reading through a lot of these comments. I'll be honest with you. Because it just becomes a lot. Oh, did I miss? I missed, let's see here. 2 more. We're getting out of here. Oz, what time did you leave a voicemail? I'm so sorry. It's so hard to get it all. Let's see where we are. That's not it. Oz, do me a favor and tell me what time you left your voicemail again. I need to find a way. I do think there's a better system out there than the one I currently have, but usually there's like someone on staff who's like filtering through voicemails and they get to decide which one they're going to play. Let's play right here.
Hello. I went to school in Toledo, Ohio, and actually we've had an all-white school with a black mascot, and they would sing Dixie. That was their theme song. So I'm wondering, could the people just be so racially, politically unaware of what was wrong at the time? Because they fought and fought and they never did change it. So maybe they need some education.
Thank you so much. You went out on a second on the middle part there, but I think you said you went to an all-white school that had a black mascot back in the day, and what people need more of is education. And I couldn't agree any more with you. I totally agree that education is like the backbone or lack thereof of problematic issues. People that live in some simple world, you know, what did they say? Oh, Oz, you left a voicemail yesterday at noon. Oh boy, that's going to be hard to go back. Let me go back. Noon, are we on the same time? Yeah, we're on the same time, right? And then is this oh man, this is hard to do. Sorry guys. Hold on, I'm losing people left and right here. Yesterday was Wednesday. All right, let's go there. So yesterday's Wednesday. There you are. I found you, buddy. Sorry about that. Here we go. Last voicemail of the day. I just lost it. What the hell? Here it is. There it is. Got it. All right.
Sheriff here. I was just thinking it's hilarious that Anna called Chicago a small town. That's like calling Canada a small country, which is absolutely ludicrous. You know, it was just crazy. But yeah, I look forward to chatting with you all in the chat. Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right, guys. All righty. Let's see. If I search 404, can I find an area code that's 404? Oh, that would be so beneficial if I could do that, but it doesn't look like that's the case. So today's stream started around 4 p.m. There's a 404. Oh, here's St. Louis. If I didn't play someone's voicemail and you're still listening, thank you so much, Courtney. I really appreciate that. Thank you there. If someone's listening and I didn't play your voicemail, just tell me the area code and what time you called. Okay, thank you so much.
From St. Louis. So after Chris Harrison's total bomb today, I mean, he bombed that interview, totally insincere, didn't get the root of where all of his issues were coming from, and clearly just thought he could go away for a little while and then come back and everything would be okay, and he'd say he's so sorry. But the person in this that no one's been talking about is Lauren Zima. So she's in a relationship with Chris Harrison. She gets the scoop on everything. She has roses and rosé. She has been silent since the start of this. And obviously she can't go on and drink and joke and do her recaps when her boyfriend is in the doghouse. And I'm hoping she's having some talks with him and trying to show him where he's wrong, but he doesn't seem like the kind of person that's really going to listen to her or obviously change at all. But what does this say about her future with her show, her brand, who she is? How can she come back and act like everything's okay when he's so clearly in denial about everything? And it's an interesting conversation, and it's similar to what happened to Becca, but not, because Becca was in a relationship with somebody where, she ended it, and she wasn't really getting much out of the relationship the same way that Lauren Zima is with being with the great Chris Harrison. So I think it's an interesting thing to talk about and want to hear your point of view on it. Thank you.
Stand by your man. I'm
calling from St. Louis.
Sorry. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much for letting me know I missed your call. I appreciate you in there. Just can't get to everyone. We'll have to see what happens, guys. We'll have to see what happens with Lauren Zima. I don't know anything about her relationship. I really don't. I don't know what I think, like I said before, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world to take a pause from a podcast that directly interferes with your relationship, and if you can't speak honestly about it because there's other things going on, I think it's okay to clear the space for productive conversation. Vanna, Tre, go make your pizza, Dave, $20. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Here's my last thing I'm telling you guys. I've got in the description, not of this video, but in the other videos, I've got what is a newsletter link. It's just, I'm going to click on it right now. It's just a MailChimp. You put your email, first, last name, and birth month. I don't even know if you need to put your last name, but whatever it is, it's not being sold to anyone. I'm compiling an email list, so God forbid my YouTube goes away. God forbid. I want to talk about things that aren't Bachelor. If you enjoy me, if you enjoy stand-up comedy, if you enjoy merchandise, I'm going to be putting merchandise out on there. So if you want to check out the I Digress t-shirts, if you want to buy a hoodie that's Bumpin' Harrison's, if you want some Dave Neal cool merchandise, I'm going to put it out to people first things first on my MailChimp. So you can go there and sign up. And I appreciate all of you guys. I'll put a link to that in the description there. And of course, don't forget, if you can, there it is. If you can, I'm trying to look for the so many pizzas. If you can go support Oz, I don't know where that link was. There he is. You can go. Please go give him as much love and energy as you go give me. And thank you guys so much. I'll stick around for a second to answer questions, but I'm going to sign off here. And I got pizza on my mind. All right, guys. You guys have been fantastic. Truly, I appreciate all of you. All of the comments, the critical ones, the nice ones. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you now. Pizza's not going to make itself. That's a great merchandise shirt.
You cut the crap. You cut the crap. You cut the crap.
Yeah, we'll have I Digress on a mug. Absolutely.
You cut the crap. You cut the crap.
You can't handle the truth.
Now, you guys have been fantastic. Thank you guys so much. Courtney's listening on 2 accounts. Thank you so much. Ralph's. I go to Ralph's. I'll have to look for that. Yeah, we'll have hats and sweatshirts. We'll have all that. Hats, sweatshirts. I think they even make yoga pants. Just remember, guys, arguing with strangers is never productive, and it's up to you to decide how you react to other people, and don't let anyone get under your skin. It's my mom's speech for the day. How you react is under your control. Thank you guys for all the love you've given today. I really appreciate it. Heather Fitz says that Lauren Zima doesn't have to be held accountable for what Chris Harrison says or does, and or is she being held guilty by association? Well, I think it's okay for her to just take a little holiday on this one, you know? It's like as a reporter, you never want to be the news, right? So if you're part of the news, just get out of it. Oh, what a great song to end on. Doesn't this make you want to have a nice cold beer with a lime in it? Courtney Shane says, congrats on the size of your community. Thank you so much. It does not go unnoticed. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Mariah, for calling in on Cincinnati. You made us all crave pizza. Dan Slama, thanks again for the generous donations. Beatrice, of course, Oz. Everyone go slide him some cheddar. Thank you, Leah Bowman. L-Dog, of course. Elle says she's going to go listen to this app on a walk now. Yeah, go listen wherever you listen to podcasts. Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, TuneIn. Good night, everybody.